just sorting the suspension out. I'm not slamming it like the Polo was, it's just going track, so like just lower and way stiffer. I've done the other side. These are Hydrogas style suspension, which means you've got this green liquid. There's no spring, no shock, it's just Hydrogas in these little fucking weird things. To lower these, I've only done the front so far. You come to the back, release the pressure out of that. It's going to be like 300 psi, so it goes everywhere. Release that. I've taken it off just for ease. Then when you come to the front, what you do is 10mm bolt, 10mm bolt, 10mm bolt with a 13 nut on the back, 10mm bolt with a 13 nut on the back of that. You get this canister out, and I'll show you what you do after, once that's out. I'll get that out now and I'll show you. Right, so that's the last bolt, nut and bolt. So that's your 2 normal 10mm and your 2 nuts and bolts. Then you've got this cover. You take that off, and then you got that. This might be under a little bit of pressure still. I'll show you what happens now. Squishing this gets fluid out the back there. So there shouldn't be too much pressure. It might be a bit stuck in there. Just pull it out. You'll have the line. It's the front left wheel goes to the front back wheel. You see the pipe there. So each side's connected. Right, so I'm individualising mine, which basically means instead of them all being linked up together, I've got valves which go on here instead, which is why I've just yanked this line out, and I'm doing it here because I don't need it, so I'm going to rip all these lines up and then just have 4 individual valves instead of just 2 on the front, so I can get each corner a different PSI if I wanted, but obviously you're going to run more in the front because the engine and less in the back because there's no weight in the back. When you have the canister out, these two, it would be like that inside each other with a little spring. Spring's just on the floor there. So to lower them, you cut this bit. I've cut 15, most people cut about 10. And then because this will hit the inside of that, you cut this down as well. I had a fuck up, I pulled this out, so I'm going to replace this at some point, but for now I'm just going to run it back in. So this is the individualising valve. It literally just replaces a line and puts a nipple on it instead. Simple as that. You don't need any Teflon, like, is it Teflon tape? Something like that tape. You don't need any of that leak-proof tape because there's an O-ring in there. So you just slap it on literally and just pump up to the pressure you want. Okay, so because you're doing individualising valves like me, I can't say that fucking word. This will be the old line, so that bit to the front routes all the way around the petrol tank to the back, and you've got 2 of these, 1 on each side, so that'll be front left, that'll be the rear left wheel, and you'll have 2 on each side. Right, so the backs are pretty much the same. You'll have a little bracket holding it on, there'll be a bigger spring, and the rod which you cut on the other one, the rod on these is fucking Tekka long, because obviously I don't know why, but fuck knows. You have a little fucking bracket thing as well. So yeah, it's literally just pull it out, they're fluid, cut it down I guess. I think, I'm gonna look online now, I think you cut this down instead of it on the actual fucking, instead of that, I think you cut this down. But I'll find out now and I'll let you know. Right, I didn't film it because, well, this is my first time as well, so I just want to make sure I do it properly. After you've got it all back together, cutting the rod down, I cut my rears down 8mm and my front 15mm, because you're doing individualising valves, you've got to pump them up separately. You'll need one of these pumps, they go up to stupid PSI, so I've just put 375 in the rear, just this rear one, and you'll need some of this, which is the fluid for it, it's bright green. I've just done this one now, this is the only one with pressure in. I don't see any leaks yet. So I'm going to put the wheel on, park it somewhere where there's not a mess, and see if there's any leaks overnight or whatever. So this one's at 375. I'm going to run the rears at both rears at 375 psi. I'm going to run the fronts at 400 psi.
me and Peter went and picked up some Rover parts. We got this sort of tailgate handle for the rear of the boot. What do they call it? This boot handle.
The 100's like gosh, and this is just like
really fit.
fun, doesn't it?
And we also got this fiberglass bonnet.
Dirt cheap.
It was dirt cheap. The guy was basically just like giving it away. Pete's already got some Mark III front headlights, is it?
Yeah, Mark III front headlights with the indicators.
So he's sort of doing, you want Mark III bumpers, don't you, as well?
I've got, coming Saturday, a Mark III fiberglass front bumper, fiberglass arches. So really all I need is a rear bumper. And then if anyone has the Metro rear lights, they're the exact same, apart from that bit's amber. There's someone on eBay for a £5, but she's pissing me about, so if anyone has them, I'm interested.
Pete's got some nice naughty wheels to go on this. So we're going to have to test fitment and maybe pump it up or lower it some more, or whatever it needs to fit these tyres and wheels. But James has basically resealed these because, well, they were flat and leaking, and he's done the best that he can to seal them. So Pete will be changing the tyres on these. He'll be getting semi-slicks.
Yeah, when I do the 1.8 conversion, then I'll buy tyres, but there's no point buying semi-slicks and then tyres for them wheels on a 1.1 engine. It would be.
Yeah, we might as well just use these tyres that are on them now as like burners, and then put some semi-slicks on when he's got the 1.8. But yeah, basically that's what we're doing today, and Pete's using the sketchiest jack I've ever seen.
This is the only thing we have. Why am I doing this?
That looks difficult.
Is it off yet?
It's gonna look naughty with those on.
Even weighted them. That'll come off like that. Dash will be vibrating everywhere. Ooh, good.
That's actually naughty.
Does look naughty though. I'm painting the wheels. I'm painting them, powder coating them egg white. 15. That's how tight it is.
We're not sketchy here on Room Rides. We actually torque up the wheel nuts.
That's neat.
Look at that. Torqued up, not coming off anytime soon. A laser.
Jesus Christ.
I can't say coilover time on this because there are no coilovers.
It's lowering time.
It's liquid lowering time.